Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary done by Diggity. This match is going to be between Gogo, who's part of OG and Sparkies, and Saint, who's currently on NBC Hero. Looks like we have Gogo starting in the upper right-hand corner in blue, Saint starting in the bottom right-hand corner, and I think that was yellow. Yeah, yellow on Byzantium 2 once again. And as a Zerg map versus Terran, we'll see how it goes. Again, a little harder to do the Mutalisk Harass or any sort of air raid because of the way the minerals are kind of hugging the back line, so maybe we'll see some more Hydralisk play. The inverted ramp helps a little bit with some ranged units, maybe makes siege tanks a little stronger, maybe makes, I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, Gogo, known as more the bad boy, he's kind of a contemporary, I guess, to Firebat Hero, but with less charisma. Firebat Hero, of course, being the dancing man. But Gogo, yeah, he's got a lot of haters, actually, because of kind of the trash talk that's been going on and kind of his bad-mannered play across the board, but he's a pretty solid player, I have to say. Overall, he's been pretty solid in Pro League. He's been a really good player overall, and honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't made it deeper into an MSL during any of his attempts. I don't know how many attempts he's actually had into the Survivor Series. For all I know, this might be his first try. Saint, I've only seen him do 2v2, and he was decently solid in the 2v2. I wouldn't call him spectacular, but usually when you're on a 2v2 team, that means you've got pretty good micromanagement skills and you've got good teamwork skills. So we'll see if Saint has what it takes for the MSL. 2v2 obviously taking less of a priority this season. But anyway, on Byzantium, again, I'm used to Protoss versus Protoss, a lot of Protoss on it, so I'm excited to see a Terran versus Zerg, which wow, I think there's only been like 4 or 5, so it looks like we're going to see a fast expansion here from Saint. He's got those 2 SCVs out, wanted to have that 1 SCV scout and also another one in position just in case a SCV wandered into his base, taking that natural. Again, there's that inside 6 o'clock gas, which I think is going to be taken instead of the mineral only, but I think it's hard for Zerg to hold, because that's a lot of territory to cover, especially against a Medic Marine force. We're seeing an 8-Rax from Gogo, so Gogo actually going to go for some early aggression, rely on the lack of scouting to kind of win through, and with the 12 hatch on the opposite end, it's going to be very hard for Saint to fight off, especially if Gogo gets proper scouting. But Saint, it looks like he is going to be well prepared for this, coming into the base, going to see both racks going up, and he's going to kind of, I'm not going to say catch Gogo with his pants down, but he's going to be in a much better position to fight this off, having scouted it, doing some good micro here. This is what I'm talking about, 2v2, doing some pretty decent micro, pushing up once again to try to get some more pick hits against that SCV. But coming in, seeing those 2 barracks up, that 8-Rax, looks like Gogo coming in, finding the base, gas going down as well as spawning pool. Quick sunken colony, a couple Zerglings will definitely help out in the defense. So I think having that scouted, I think Saint's going to know exactly what to do against this. Should be able to fight it off fairly easily, but you never know. Gogo does have, he is a pretty creative and he is a pretty innovative player in stopping production of Marines, actually halting and switching directly into a fast expansion. So really clever there by Gogo, knowing that this is probably going to be a failure now that it's scouting, so I might as well take a quick economic edge. Now the question is that Overlord, whether Saint's going to push that Overlord close enough. It's been kind of pushed back the moment, whether he pushes it up now close enough to spot that expansion. And Saint not missing a step here. He's not producing defenses. He's actually switching straight to lair, now pushing up. See, I guess he's switching to lair actually because he had that Overlord position to see that command center. Now Marines, a couple more Marines being produced, but I think Gogo's way behind. He took a big economic hit going for that 8-Rax early. He was just hoping that that scouting would end up a little bit different, which honestly I don't think he needed to do. I think he was I know Saint's pretty decent player just because of, again, his 2v2 play, but I wouldn't say he's a better player than Gogo in a heads-up game. Gogo could have played this a little bit more heads-up, so, but taking a risk, I guess, you got to kind of put it out on the line if you're going to be a champion. Gogo continuing to pump units now, still not taking his gas. Some Zerglings pushing up to the front door to put up a little bit of hurt there on that secondary. And we'll see if Gogo is going to be prepared for that. And a 2-hatch, wow, I don't see a 3rd hatchery going down for Saint, so Saint's actually going to switch into a 3-hatchery build, knowing that Gogo's not really going to have detection or tech to really deal with basically either Mutalisks or Lurkers. And Zergling is again pushing on that front door, and we'll see which tech route he decides to go. Probably going to go with the Mutalisks to kind of sweep around the top, but he could go for, yeah, you've already had the den down actually if he was going for more Lurkers. But yeah, going to be able to sweep around. Looks like the Academy. This is really good maneuver, I would say, because the Marines have a lot of territory to cover between the 2 bases, and even though it's more difficult to get a good shot at that mineral line just because of the positioning, catching Gogo kind of on that 8-Rax, he's going to be much less prepared for a 2-hatchery build, and in the meantime there's no way he's going to be able to get a scout out to see Saint's base. So I like this transition by Saint into a little bit of a cheesy build. So this is pretty good counter cheese, I would say, by Saint. It really heads up, and I don't think this is planned. I think this is very innovative, and we'll see if it works out. It looks like an engineering bay is going up, so actually, and a 3rd hatchery, actually, I take it back, so a 3rd hatchery going down to the bottom left-hand corner. A little bit late there from Saint. Just going to try to establish a third gas, I guess, after this quick Mutalisk push. But and we'll see if the Mutalisk should be built shortly, because we see the Spire just about finished. Gogo should have turrets up, though. He's already got that engineering bay up. He might be putting that engineering bay up to get the quick weapons 1. He's also getting that academy down, knowing that he's just in the dark. He doesn't have any information. But if he does prepare well for this Mutalisk harass with that extra boost of economy, taking that quick additional expansion, he's going to be in a great position going into the mid game, even though that third base is established in that bottom left-hand corner, because he's scanning that. He's seeing that layer. He's not. I don't think he has a second comsat, so he doesn't know what's going on in the main. A little bit lucky there. Now he's got that second comsat seeing the main, and now we'll see if he's prepared for it. Mutalisk's being produced. Let's see if he can spread out the Marines and get some turrets down in time. He does have that, again, he has that engineering bay up, but I don't, again, it's going to be a little bit down to turret placement. Turret up on that secondary, and between that and the Marines, he's going to have a pretty good shot. Actually pushing out with a pretty good sized Marine force to kind of engage these Mutalisks out in the field. And honestly, this is good maneuver from Gogo, I'd say, because these early Mutalisks, there's not a lot of attack grouping on the ground. He's establishing firm position, though he can't do he can't as easily do a Zergling Mutalisk push-in, trying to pick off Mutalisk, kind of engaging them out. Ooh. Ouch, that was the differential right there. Taking that one Mutalisk out is all the difference in this harass. Looks like one of the Mutalisks trailing a little bit late for Saint, and now Gogo is taking firm control of this game. So in a really good position. Mutalisk's still going to try to weave their way around, but honestly Saint needs to keep those Mutalisks out in the air, because he needs to stay on the defensive. He needs to try to pick off Marines where he can. And losing that one Mutalisk is going to be difficult. Losing some Zerglings along the side as well, a little bit carelessly, and just expending those between those 4 Zerglings and losing that Mutalisk. I think that's just going to do it. I think Gogo has managed to find himself another Mutalisk going down, work his way back into this game. I'm not sure if Gogo got some early range or early weapons. I don't think weapons 1 is kick in. I think that's just bad micro. I'm kind of curious what the upgrades look like. I wish we could get a look at the Marines, but I don't think they have weapons 1. It's just a little early for that. So I think that's just a little bit of bad engagement choice. Another Mutalisk going down right there. So Gogo really just doing a good job with Stimpaks and inflicting huge costs on Saint. Saint cannot win. You can't lose Mutalisks like that and expect to win games. Maybe just a little bit of bad luck because of the spread. Yeah, no weapons 1, and I don't think those are range upgraded. So Gogo maybe getting a little bit lucky on the group damage. Saint continuing to he's being forced to actually produce additional Mutalisks to try to keep this stem of the Marine and Medic back. He's only got a couple Zerglings underneath, and I don't know that he's really going to be able to stop them. Able to get a couple hits there in the background, but as soon as that, I mean, he's lost Mutalisks just to open field. Wow, another 2 getting picked off right there. He's losing Mutalisks just to open field Marines right now, concentrated fire. I think Gogo's just actually doing a good job of select firing them. And he's got another grouping of Marines. He's got these, got the Mutalisks boxed out. And is bringing another force of Marines, looks like, to bear on that secondary. And Saint has nothing to defend this. Absolutely nothing. He's got some Hydralisks that are spawning in right now, and 2 Hydralisks inside grouping of Medic Marines. Between those 2, wow, it's just overwhelming forces. Gogo's just completely out-microing Saint. And Saint's not doing a very good micro job at all. Now trying to get the creep colony down. Too little, too late. Able to pick off some Marines now, but the Marines are already up on that secondary. He's going to have to flee with those drones. And he's probably going to lose his layer tech as well, at the very least, which is going to send him far, far behind. So Gogo coming back in this match to retake another Mutalisk getting taken off. So just good I've got to assume it's just a focus for another one getting taken out. Oh, wow. Big blood spurts of those Mutalisks just popping. Gogo is just, devastating. And it looks like that's at least something clever. Saint redeeming himself a little bit there, using a Lurker egg blockade to make sure he doesn't lose his main. But now Lurker's up, but too little too late comsat preemptively. Still going to lose his lair, which is going to prevent him from going to hive tech, which is going to prevent him from getting any units to deal with the Medic Marines that are bearing down on his front door. He doesn't have lurkers in position. He wishes he had Ultralisks right now, is essentially what happened there. And GG. So Gogo in a very, very nice, I would say, comeback. Saint just kind of throwing that match away a little bit here between but excellent focus fire micro, I guess, for Gogo, just picking off Mutalisks basically in every engagement. So taking the game, it looks like Gogo's going to go on to face Baby. Saint is going to go on to face Much in the losers round. We'll see who comes out of this bracket. Thanks for listening, guys.